We have a motor vehicle here that was involved in a collision. It's an OEM vehicle, never been in an accident prior to this accident. And there's the front damage, as you can see. But the chassis rails have crumbled. Crumble zones have done what they are designed to do. When you look at the exterior of the vehicle, it doesn't look so bad, but structurally it's gone through the vehicle, but it's done the what it was built to do. Here's a shot of the rear end damage. Doesn't look too bad on the photo there, but the chassis rails had crumbled as well, and that's the photo there. These are photographs of the vehicle's chassis rails as they were under process of being repaired. Here's the crumble zones. They've had heat applied to them, and they've stretched it from the crumble zone forward, achieving the length. Here's another photo of the chassis rail and crumble zone area being heated. There's the primer that's been applied to it after the heat's been put to the vehicle. And we have another example over here with heat right on the crumble zone, which should not be heated or tampered with in those crumble zone areas. This is the rear end of the chassis rail, same thing. They've heated up the rail and welded the quarter panel whilst the rail was 11 millimetres up in the air, keeping the panel under pressure. There's another photo there showing the heat on the rails, and the same applies with this side. This photo clearly shows that they've been working on the rear end of the vehicle. They have a chain holding down the rear beaver panel. They've cut out the section in this panel here, and they've already welded the new quarter panel on the vehicle. There's no guide of any measurement or any jigging done to this vehicle, hence why it failed the straight report once carried out. This is the vehicle that's been crash tested to show whether or not it would fail under a crash test at 64 kilometres. Where it suffered the impact due to the accident, and the crumble zones did crumble originally, and during the repair process they were heated in this area here. Excessive heat in that area. They pulled the rail forward, achieved the length from back to front, but during the inspection the wheelbase was still short, and the kink in the bottom of the rail over here was evident when we did the inspection. During the crash test, as you can see, the K-frames come forward. It's collapsed right in the kink there. The crumble zones failed. The rail went up in the air, hence the safety cell right through the rail has collapsed. I'll run you through here. As you can see, it's just kinked in right through to the floor pan area, going across, and we have folds on top of folds of the floor pan collapsing. Exhaust, drivetrain, tail shaft, right through to the differential. Horrific damage to the vehicle, considering it was only crashed at 64 kilometres. That was replaced in the repair process. It was actually welded to the rail. A MIG welder was used. Sufficient penetration did go through the rail. These should only be welded with inverted welders on the metals used these days on vehicles. And as you can see, it's just dismembered itself from the rail, hence it's collapsed into the right-hand rail section. Just pointing out the footwell area in this vehicle, as it collapsed and the rail came through to the firewall, as you can see that the floor pan's just totally rolled over, straight through the floor pan. This area is where the seat was bolted. That's the damage it's caused underneath the seat. I feel sorry for the crash dummy because the legs were crushed right through, and the whole firewall and dashboard's collapsed under this impact at 64 k's.
As well as the steering wheel?
This has been dropped by bolts now, but we'll leave it at that.
So this is all due to the car not being
Not being repaired to a safety standard, yeah.